Aloha, Maui and beyond. My name is Rosa Mariotti. I will be your cooking instructor for the Italian cooking classes at University of Hawaii, Maui College. Today we are making something very simple together, a little pupu, a little crostini, very summer flavors. We're going to use cucumbers, so it's going to be delicious and fresh, and it is said to be Queen Elizabeth of England's favorite snack. So if it's good enough for the Queen, I'm sure it's good enough for everybody, right? So let's grab some cucumbers and let's get started. For the bread, I have 1.5 teaspoons of instant yeast and 3 tablespoons of sugar. I also have a 1/3 cup of milk, lightly warm, 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cup of flour with 2 tablespoons of soft butter and zest of a lemon. I have a Meyer lemon, which is local. So now I will add the warm, not too hot, or you're gonna kill the yeast, milk to the yeast and sugar. I'm gonna give it a swirl, and I will wait until the yeast has been activated and I see some foam and bubbles surfacing. Once I see some action on the surface, I'm gonna add the flour, butter, the zest, and the egg. Just like that, very simple. And now we are going to mix it lightly. As you can see, I still have my salt. I'm now going to add it until all the ingredients are mixed and I have a nice cohesive dough. It's gonna be sticky, which is okay, it's a sweet bread. So far the dough has been going for like 2 to 3 minutes, and you see it's cleaning up the bowl nicely, gathers all around the hook. That's what I want to see. So now I'm going to stop it for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I will add the salt. So this time we'll give the yeast a few more minutes to recuperate and be strong, and the gluten to relax, and then I will add the salt. As you can see, 15-20 minutes have gone by. I got distracted. Maybe 20 minutes have gone by. So now I'm going to add the salt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt again, and give it a quick mix, about a minute or so. Again, the dough is perfect, cleans the bowl nicely. See, gathers around the hook. It's not too sticky. It's a little sticky, which is good, but not too much. Voila! Now our dough is done, and we'll be resting for about a couple of hours at room temperature until it doubles in volume. It's not going to be a very big loaf, but see, it's kind of a little sticky, not too much. And I'll see you in a couple of hours. Here's our dough, nice and soft. Here we go. And now we're gonna shape it very easily. You see, it doesn't even stick. And voila. I'm just gonna shape a little round loaf. No flour is needed, which is fantastic. I have prepped my silicone mat. I want to keep just a nice round shape, like so. And I will brush it with egg wash. Here is my egg wash, which is an egg yolk, a little bit of salt. You see, makes it a little darker, and a splash of water. I will do this operation a couple of times, once right now, and one more time before I place the loaf in the oven at 350 degrees. So I'm going to warm up the oven, and I'm going to let the loaf rest until pretty much doubles in size. Maybe an hour and a half. The bread is rised, and it's about twice the size that it was before. And I'll brush it one more time, and then I'll place it into the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. Ta-da! This is the bread. Let's lift it up. 30 minutes in the oven at 350, the first 15 minutes convection and then static. You see, it's a pretty dark, but because of the sugar, it will be nice and light inside, but dark outside. It's extremely light. It's the old traditional Portuguese bread. It's called massa sovada in Portuguese. So here we are. Let's see. Moment of truth. It should be nice and yellow and bright inside. Nice and rich. Beautiful. So this is going to be toasted for our crostini. And we will make a nice crostini with cucumbers. See you in a bit. So these are ingredients we need for our Benedictine, pupus, or crostini. We have half a cup of cucumbers. I diced them really coarsely. These are the kiki cucumbers or keiki cucumbers, the teeny cucumbers that we find here. They are local, and you don't have to seed them or skin them because they are super sweet and tiny. So half a cup of those. I have 2 tablespoons of herbs of your choice. If you use mint, use a little bit less. Some people like mint. I like parsley and cilantro, about 2 tablespoons. Then I have 2 tablespoons of coarsely chopped Maui onion. I have chives. Of course, I have a little bit of salt and Philadelphia cream cheese. It's just a plain Philly. I don't like the Neuchâtel. It's just the original. So we need 4 ounces of that, so half a stick of Philadelphia cream cheese. And then remember the massa sovada bread? I toasted it with a little bit of butter, and I have about 6 slices, half slices, and that's where we are going to put our mix of cucumbers and cheese. Delicious. As I said, this recipe is so simple, it just comes together in 5 minutes, literally. In a little food processor, I have the half a cup of cucumbers, the 2 tablespoons of Maui onion, and the herbs. I'm going to add a little pinch of salt, and I will just zap it and chop it a little bit, okay? This is going to be noisy, okay? Okay, what was that, 30 seconds maybe? Here we are. Smells so delicious and fresh. So now I will transfer all this goodness into a bowl to strain it, because there is going to be a lot of water from the cucumbers. There we go. Doesn't seem very much, but a little bit goes a long way. So you can easily make a dozen appetizers with this. I'm just going to lightly press it, not too much. As you can see, look how much water already. So I will let it sit there for about 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes have gone by. I don't want to totally drain all the water, but look how much. It's quite a bit for half a cup of cucumbers and some onions. So here's what's left. So I will return this to the mixer. A little, definitely drier. And remember the cream cheese? Now it's time. The cream cheese is at room temperature, so it's a little softer. You can leave it at room temperature for an hour or so. And cook well. 4 ounces. And there they go. And now some more noise. We're almost done. This is gonna be the easiest to spread one has ever done. Notice there is no garlic. As I say, Queen Elizabeth does not eat garlic. So this is the perfect recipe for her or everybody that does not like garlic. And this is done. As I said, don't blink or you will miss it. Voila! This is our Benedictine spread. It's nice and chunky a little bit. You can see the specks of cucumbers. It's nice and green and like a very springy green. Now let's get the bread. And let's make some toasts. Generously spread it. I'm not going to make all of them, maybe 4 or 5. I do have enough for about a dozen if you're not very generous. And if you want to be very generous, maybe 8 to 10. So I made 6 and I have about half left. And now we can doll them up with the garnishes. I transferred 3 of the crostini to a plate and we are going to garnish each of them with a little bit of cucumber, a slice of the cakey cucumber, like so. Then I have some pretty flowers, some edible flowers for color. Let's pick something. They're so pretty. Then some chives. And the piece de la resistance, it's going to be a little cured egg yolk from a friend of mine. He's a chef, lives in Lahaina, and these are delicious. So I haven't added a lot of salt because these are quite salty, and they will provide a nice umami and salt touch. So these are crostini. Benedictine crostini. Yum!